the random smoke ones. Probably not that one because it's a ring.
Yeah,
But like that
one.
one's good. Yeah, smoke 7. Sure.
Okay.
So right click and make a new material.
Like create.
Create, yep.
Create material.
And
Okay.
call it smoke 07. Right.
7.
And then we will change the material type to a particle material.
Okay, so
So
that.
in the shader at the top, it says shader standard.
Hmm.
And then here, type in particle. And then particle standard unlit.
Standard unlit.
Yeah. And then drag the smoke 07 texture to the albedo map. I think you grabbed the material.
Oh, you want this one? Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that. Wait, hold on.
Y'all.
Got it. Sweet. Oh, I love this drag
and then
drop.
instead of opaque, we change the rendering mode to transparent.
Okay.
Or fade. I think fade is also viewed. And then we can change the color mode to add, because usually like these kinds of things are additive, which means when the two overlap, they get like slightly brighter.
Got it. Okay, yeah.
Right. So two mid grays will add together to white. Yeah. So we'll adjust, and then we can adjust the color later to get the desired effect. But for now, let's add a particle system. So in the hierarchy, you can right-click Effects, and then there should be a particle system.
Where am I looking?
In the hierarchy, yeah. So we're adding it to like level 1 start.
Okay. Alright, so what am I doing?
Right click on level 1 start.
I click on it yet.
And then we're gonna do, if you scroll down to like the create section, there's effects.
Okay. Oh, particle system.
And we're creating a particle system, yeah.
Ah, okay.
And then the first thing we'll do is in the particle system, if you scroll down to the bottom, there's gonna be a lot of options here. Don't need to know what they are all just yet.
Okay.
Renderer, and we're gonna assign the material first. There's see the renderer option at the very bottom, the little checkbox?
Yep, see it, yep.
Yep. So click that and it expands out all the options, and then there's a material option in here.
Okay.
Select the smoke 07 material for that. So you can drag that into, yep. Not the texture, the material.
That's the texture. I will figure that out someday.
No, you're good.
Okay.
So now if you zoom in on the particle itself, you notice that it's little clouds now.
Little poofs. Okay.
Yeah. So now we want to control how they look.
Okay.
Right. So first, let's change the shape. Right now it's all coming from the center and going out. So close the renderer. You can minimize the renderer section. And then at the top there, you have a shape. So now change this from cone to like a rectangle. Right, and now you can change the size of the rectangle using the scale. Right, so you can make the rectangle wide and tall.
Yep.
Right, and this is the area that particles can spawn in.
Okay.
So, yep. Then, so now you'll look at if you look at the particles, you'll notice they're all pointed. They're all rotated in the same direction.
Yep.
So now we're going to change things about the other things, not the rotation of the shape, but of the particles. So close shape. We're done with shape for now. And then scroll up, and this top section is like all of the most important stuff.
Okay.
Right. This is going to be like how long the particles live for, whether or not it loops. So it's if it's a one shot, like an explosion, you can do explosion particles by making it not loop.
Okay.
And then you have to hit play because you stopped it from looping, so it's not playing anymore. Not
Not
play.
that playing.
Yeah. See the little particle system like window there? Yeah.
Okay, let's get back at it. Okay. Here, display. Yep,
Yes.
gotcha. All right, we're good.
So now, this section is a little bit interesting. If you ever see these little arrow drop downs like next to a field like this,
Yep.
So you'll see like start speed, start lifetime, start delay.
Yep.
If you click that, you'll see that there's like random between two curves or random between two constants. Select something like random between two constants. So now, right now there's no speed, so it doesn't particularly matter because it's a rectangle.
Yeah.
So how about start lifetime instead? We'll do start lifetime. And now if you change these to like 1, right, the particles will only live for 1 second. And you'll see that they will have a lot less particles.
Okay, yeah.
But right now you have it set to 1 to 5. So they'll either last for 1 second or 5 seconds. Right?
Yep.
If you set them both to 1, then it would be just 1 second. Or if you set them to 30, right? There is a maximum. You have a max number of particles, which is 1,000 right now.
Okay.
But you can see how like they only each individual particle only lives for 1 second.
Yep.
For a fog effect, I usually go for a fairly long one, so like 10 to 20 or 10 to 30. And you can watch the number of particles in the little particle section with the play mode.
Yeah.
Like playback time, particle count. As long as that's not hitting your max particles, which is again 1,000, you're fine.
Okay.
But I don't think we actually need them to have this many, even 140.
Yeah.
So if you go to a mission.
Mission.
I hate doing this in my game assets classing. I love particle systems, so they're so good. So yeah, so now we have, if you go to emission is not like light emission, it is how many particles per second.
Okay.
So if you change this to like 5 or 2, right, the thing is that it's going to spawn less, but they're going to last a long time, right?
Yep. Okay.
And then if we go back up to the top where we had like the lifetime, there's also a start size option. There's like 3 down. Yeah. So change that and we'll make them a little bit bigger. So set this to like 3 or 5. Right, yeah. 5 is good.
Yeah, so it looks more like a freaking smoke. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then change the start rotation. We'll do this as well as start between constants. You can change the start size one to also start between 2 constants.
Okay. So they like grow.
Right. So now you can set it so that you can have it like some of them be like 3 and some of them be 8.
Okay. Yep.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say the start size one needs to be higher because you can see that there's like little small ones in there.
Okay.
So yeah, 5 to 8 or something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then we'll also do that for start rotation. So it's set to 0. This is the rotation of the thing. So we set that to 2 constants, and you can just say 360, 0 to 360. So it can be any rotation.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
So now it can start in any orientation. Now we can look at is close emission and then scroll down, and we'll find some things like lifetime, color over lifetime, and size over lifetime. And we want to check those boxes on.
Come on, okay.
And this will make them grow over time. Like, so right now you have it set to see how the size goes from 0 to big and then it disappears.
Yeah.
What we can do is then, so if you click on the size, the little ramp there,
Yeah.
you click on it, it appears at the bottom.
Okay, yep.
So now you can control the curve. And what usually for this, what you want it to do is start at 0 and end at 0 and then have a peak in the middle. So you can drag that down to 0 and then click in the middle and drag it. Like, you probably have to double click to create a node.
Yep, got
and
it.
then drag that up to the middle. So it does that.
Okay. Oh, that's
Right.
cool.
Right. And then for
Crazy.
color over lifetime, you can click on that and you can choose a gradient. And in this case, click on the top is alpha and the bottom is color. So click on the top to add a new arrow, like in the middle.
Okay, yep. Got
And
it.
then click at the bottom to add another, another new arrow. So you can add like control over both. But then click the top or the top on both sides and set them to 0. So alpha 0 and then alpha 0 on the other side. So
Okay.
now not only do they change in size, but they also change in opacity.
Yeah, okay, wild. Okay.
Yep. So even this is fairly aggressive, but then we can change the start color. So if you go up to the top, there's a color field.
Okay,
That
yep.
color field allows you to control the color of the thing throughout so if you change it to because we have an additive, you can also control the opacity here. So change the opacity to like 30 or something, right? 30 or 60. And then even this feels pretty short. So like time wise.
Yep.
So I would say you can make this like gray if you wanted to make it even darker than that, like to match kind of what you were looking for.
Okay, yeah, got
Before?
it, yeah.
But then once you set that, I would say even this lifetime, maybe set it to like 30 to 60 seconds.
Okay. And that'll slow it down.
And this will make it so that they don't look like they're popping in and out. They're just kind of
Yeah.
constantly shifting.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Oh, I like
And then, yeah,
particles.
And then the only other thing would be switch to 3D mode.
Down here or up
so
here?
switch to up there. Yeah, switch
yeah.
to 3D, and you'll notice that it's emitting them
Oh.
backwards like that, right? So change the start speed to 0 so they don't travel
Okay.
anywhere.
Start, where is that?
Hello.
Hey.
It's under lifetime.
Lifetime. What am I looking for? Brain fart.
Speed.
Lifetime.
Start speed. It's at the top, right underneath start lifetime.
Oh, start speed.
Yeah, start speed
Okay,
is 0, and then you'll see that the particles stop traveling away from you.
Okay.
Set it to start speed to 0 for both.
For
I think this
both.
one can be set back to constant anyway.
Okay. Yep.
And so now you can just click and drag and pull that in front of all of your geometry, so that it right. If you keep pulling it forward, that way it doesn't hide behind the stuff. Yep. Oh, now when you go back into 2D, if it is still behind things, then it's a rendering thing. Nope, it's in front. Perfect.
Oh
Now,
my gosh.
a fun thing you can do is we can increase the we can go back to a mission, and we'll add something mission by distance. So the emission by distance will also be 2.
This one?
Yep.
Okay, yep.
Now what this means is that if the particle system moves, it will start emitting particles faster, right? So and then change the where is it? I'm looking for the name specifically. Scaling mode? No, it's not scaling mode. It's at the top. It's at the top. Simulation space.
Okay.
Change that to world. Then parent this to the camera.
What?
Well, I guess I don't. I'm torn because so what I do a lot with this is I parent my particle systems to the camera so that the particle system moves with the camera rather than the particle system needing to be large enough to cover the whole level. Right. So right now it's like it only
Okay.
affects right there, but if you wanted to affect the entire level, you would have to make it wide enough to fit the whole level. So you could go under shape and set the width to like 300 400 or something, right? X 300, right? And that would be, you know, if you zoom out now, it kind of it's maybe
Oh, yeah.
too big.
But
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Then I can continue it. Yep, okay.
And so now you can set the rate over time to like 30 40, something like that, because you now have more space, so you need to occupy
More, yeah, okay, gotcha.
more particles. So you want to make this as close to your actual level size as possible, so you're not wasting particles.
Okay, yep.
So yeah, put this in the center.
That not move it. Do it that way.
And then you can change the shape. Because it goes out from the center, right?
Yeah. Oh, shape down here. Okay.
Yeah. So change the scale of this to like 120, right? Something closer to the actual width of the level, and then move
Okay.
it so that it's centered on the level. You can see the little blue box.
I was moving the wrong. Okay. Yep. Yep. Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, you can
Okay.
move it either way, but so yeah, it's a little bit bigger than that, maybe 130, 135, something like that, but yeah.
We're not too small. We learn.
Too small? No. This is why we're here. We're learning the things.
So I'm actually seeing
That we
that
can learn the things. It is a lot of things all at once.
it is a lot of things. But they're
You have to do this like 40 or 50 times in a row, back to back, before it becomes second nature. But
yeah, it's just repetition.
so now you could hide, even go so far as to hide the fog, the texture based fog. Actually disable it with the inspector.
Okay.
That's the particle system.
What am I doing?
Yeah, leave the particle system on, and then hide the fog.
Fog. Okay. Go away.
And then hit your particle system and hit play. It does play on awake, but
Okay.
and then also for because you just jump right into the scene, hit pre-warm, which means it won't do this thing where it has 0 particles and like fades up into having a bunch of particles.
Yep.
Pre-warming, so if you hit stop and then play again, it will just have particles appear like midway, like it was already partway through. So hit play, and now there's already particles. So that way you don't have that problem when you start.
So
Okay, yes, it's your DMs. Okay, yeah,
I got them too. Yeah. This bush though is messed up.
Messed up bushes.
Why isn't it snapping? Hello?
They're locked.
Oh yeah, fuck me. Yep, it's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. I have to unlock
The whole group. Yeah.
lighter. Yeah, okay. We're good. We're learning the things. It's all good.
Yep.
There we go. Oh, that one's messed up, right? Oh,
Oh, you just moved the
did
ground.
the bush. The ground, yeah. There we go. Come on. Okay. No, that one's off too. I don't know how we missed that. Okay. Those are fine. Bring those back. Bring those back. Okay. So
Bushies.
our particle system. Did I mess it up now? Oh, I hit it. Ah,
It's just hidden.
Cool.
And yeah, so you can go in and change the color and the opacity and stuff, because I think you probably still want the the low opacity. I think even now it's like maybe still too much.
All right, so that was under
The color.
color.
You can either change it here or you can change it at the top, like the global opacity of the color. It's gray, so it like kind of fits
Okay.
it fits in there. But yeah, even changing this down to like, 10 or
Way
5,
down.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's additive,
Okay.
as soon as 2 particles or 3 particles are stacked on top of each other,
Right.
it adds up fast.
Yeah. Okay. So if I
But
went
yeah, so
and
hit
previewed
play
this.
and get your nice fog particles.
Oh my gosh. Maybe I'll move them. Are they?
So we
Bushes
can change
are-
the shape and stuff if we want to have them like move left and right. The other thing is we can have them rotate. Right now they start rotated, but they don't rotate during. They don't have a rotational velocity, so they don't rotate as they're playing. So we
Okay.
can also change that.
Okay. I want to change those bushes too. But we can do that after. Forget. Okay, so what were we
So
doing?
here we have
Rotation.
we have the start rotation, and then we do what is it? Angle over time, I think, is similar to like color over time, so it's down. Rotation over lifetime.
Okay,
Yep. So toggle that on.
okay.
And now there is a constant speed will just mean all of them rotate the same amount. But what we want is we want between 2 constants, and then we want one of them to be negative so it can go the other way. So we can say like -10 to 10, and then they rotate slowly by 10 degrees in either direction.
Okay. Like how the outline kind of gives you the visual too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then if you want them to actually like kind of move left and right, like slide left and right,
Mhm.
we'd have to change from a rectangle to like a box, I believe, or we can randomize direction. There's under shape.
Okay.
So there's a randomized direction. Set that to 1 because it's a slider from 0 to 1.
Okay.
Now we can add velocity back in.
So our particles are hitting 1,000.
Yes, because they're lasting so long. We have so many of them.
Okay.
It's technically fine to do that. It just means that that some of them will like fail to start spawning because it's gonna wait till you go under 1,000 before it
Okay.
spawns another particle.
Okay.
The solution to that is you can either increase the cap or decrease the rate at which they're spawning.
But if it looks fine, we can just leave it.
Yeah, I think it looks fine. That particle cap is just a performance thing. It's like
Okay.
to make sure that you're not spawning 10,000 particles and
Gotcha.
lagging someone's computer.
Okay. All right, that makes sense then. Okay. So what was I
So-
doing?
We did the rotation. Oh yeah, and we want to add velocity back in. So add like a, if you scroll up.
Bye, girl. Have a good day. Velocity.
Make more.
Boost it to
Boost it to a
a
million.
No, get out of here, Raven. What am I looking for?
ship it with that, and then it's just like people just complaining about it crashes my computer.
Can't even load the first level. Velocity?
So we can add velocity. Yeah, start
Okay.
speed.
Start speed.
So
Okay.
start lifetime, start speed. Add like 0.1 to 0.5 or something like that. Like very slight. If you increase it by a lot, you can see that some of them are like flying off into space.
Yep.
They do like travel.
Okay.
But yeah, that'll give them some form of movement.
Okay. Yep. So they're not just kind of like on the same. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, they don't start in one place
Yep.
and then go nowhere. They kind of move left and right and up and down slightly.
Should I bump it up then, since there seems to be a lot on the bottom, or is it fine?
Let's see. It's fine. It's whatever. You could also make it taller, technically. Like you could make the like the particle system taller and then move it up. If you wanted it to cover more of the trees and like actually reach higher, but I think it's fine the way it is.
Yeah, so if we play it, the camera's not seeing this whole view anyway. It still takes up like half your view there.
Yeah.
And it's going in front of the tree.
Yeah. So yeah, it's that one there. That thing you saw was actually being behind the tree and coming in front of the tree. I think at one point I saw it pop in front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. In which case, what you can do is you can move the camera even further back. It depends on like, are you using orthographic or are you using a perspective camera?
Orth. Orthographic.
An orthographic. Perfect. So that means the offset from you can actually make the Z offset like way far back. So you set the Z to like -50. It's not going to change how it looks because it's an orthographic view. But now what you can do is then go and look at the particle system in 3D and move the particle system way in front of it. Instead of putting it like right next to the geometry, just move that like -10 that way. Yeah, exactly. Because the particles are moving in all directions, including in the z-axis. So by moving it to like -20 or -30, it's still between the camera and the ground, but it's guaranteed to be in front of the
everything. Okay.
In front of all the stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I can see it coming out way out here. Okay. So then if we check it out, so would I want to get rid of the fog assets then? Is that what
you can if you want to. If you like, if the look of this is good, you can add it back. You can keep it in too if you want to do both.
See, I feel like that's too much now.
There's some weirdness.
Yeah, with the tree, right?
Yeah, when you turn that on, it shows through the fog in a weird way.
It does.
Causes the fence to like show through the tree.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I might just get rid of it altogether because I think this is perfect. Because it moves and it's just way better. Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing we could do is instead, we could change the rendering order of the particle system, so we can say always like the part of the layer.
Yep.
So if you go down to the rendering section of the particle system.
Yep. Okay.
all the way at the bottom. Yep. What you can see is that there's there's the sorting layer
Yep.
ID. Not just the order and layer, but the sorting layer ID. So what you can do is like say add sorting layer, and then in here you can hit the plus and then add a sorting layer. So I would say like add a sorting layer for background, and add a sorting layer for trees, and add a sorting layer for right. And this way, basically you assign the sorting layer to all of your elements. So add one for fog, right? So instead of new layer 1, it's like it's called fog.
Okay, yep.
And then go to the particle system and then assign the sorting layer ID to fog. Still 0 in layer, but fog. So now fog always renders on top of default. So anything set to default, it will always render in front of it.
Okay.
It's because of the ordering you have in that other screen.
Okay.
So now you shouldn't have that pop-in problem, regardless of how close. You can actually technically push those particles behind it, but it will always render in front.
Okay.
The other thing is like it seemed like it was rendering behind the hills or the bushes.
Yep. These front ones.
And now it renders in front of them.
Okay.
Because they're on the default layer.
Gotcha.
So now, so anytime you want something like, and that's what I normally do is I organize my project sprites and stuff into a set of layers. So I can say like, oh, well, background is always this, and then foreground is this, and then middle ground is this. And so the player is on the middle ground, and then there's the bushes that are the foreground, and then the trees are background.
I bumped those bushes up a little.
Yeah.
Kind of.
You could always, you could probably open that up in like Photoshop and add physically add height to them so that you can move them up so that the player can like move behind them.
Yeah, that's what they.
That way you don't have to worry about the camera. That way you don't have to worry about the camera accidentally.
He's on top of that lamp. I'll have to fix that.
Yeah, it looks like it's rendering behind it or in front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what I was talking about. So the bushes you could then put on its own layer called foreground, and then have that always render in front of default.
So that would be.
So select an individual bush.
Yeah.
Or actually, since they're not prefab, select all the bushes. Shift click all of them.
Yep.
Or I guess you can do that after, because you have to add the sorting layer. But yeah, hit default, the sorting layer, and then say add sorting layer. Well, this is physics layer. There's physics layers and there's sorting layers.
Oh,
you can see there's tags. See how actually you're on the thing. So there's tags, sorting layers, layers.
Yep.
Sorting layers are rendering layers. The regular layers are physics layers.
Okay, so we want these. We want here.
Yeah.
Like bushes.
So I would say like add a bush one. I would say also you could while you're here you can create a background and then sort them, because you can drag those up and down.
Wait, how do I get back there?
So additional layer, additional size, sorting layer.
Gotcha. Okay, so then add background.
Yeah, so if you add background.
Yep. Okay.
And then see the little 3 lines on the left side.
Yep. To move them.
Yep. So yeah, you can drag that behind default, so that anything labeled as background always shows behind default.
Okay.
And then bushes goes behind fog.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Gotcha. So now select your bushes. And then in the additional settings for your bushes, not here because this is physics layers, it's on the sprite itself.
So I have to shift click. Okay. Yep. And then bushes. Okay.
Yep. So now that you mark those as that, and then you can also like at some point mark your like stars and background as background.
Yep. Okay. Why does he keep getting
Funny enough,
moved?
if you do a like you look at like some of um the developer behind the scenes for like Hollow Knight, Hollow Knight actually abuses this strongly. um
Why?
a lot of their background, a lot of the elements of the game that are in the background
Mhm.
or in the foreground are like hundreds of units backwards. Like they take all of their decoration stuff and they just shove it all the way in the back and then flip the sorting layer to have it render in front, but they push it way back. So like they're whereas like your setup here has like the fog is in front of the bushes and the bushes is in front of the fences,
Mhm.
right? In the actual scene, Hollow Knight will go and say like push the bushes positive 300 units back and then just put it on the bush layer.
Interesting. So what's the purpose of that?
When you're looking at it in the scene view, it's far away. When you look at it in 3D, it's far away and you can't see it.
Okay.
It's very silly, but it makes sense why they do it. They're trying to make it so that when they're looking at the scene in the scene view, that they're only looking at the colliders, the player, the foreground, everything that's not relevant to gameplay gets pushed 300 units back. Because like background doesn't matter to gameplay, but when they're like
Right.
looking at collision stuff and they're like, why is the player like clipping through this floor?
Yep.
You click 3D, you look at it in 3D, and you go, ah, because you're isolating a lot of the stuff. It was very interesting to see. I remember seeing it in like a picture.
Yeah. I can't really get this to do. It's too blue. But that's too dark.
Is the base color blue? Is the texture itself
Yeah.
blue?
Yeah.
Photoshop
Yeah.
Photoshop time. Just make it white and then open it in Photoshop and then just grayscale and then bump the level, right?
Yeah. What's the easiest way to do that? Not sprite editor, right?
Yeah, no, it'd be like click where it says 09 bushes.
Yeah.
And then that's the texture itself in the project, and now you can like show an explorer
And do it. Oh, that's right. Yep. Yep. Okay.
and then just open Photoshop or GIMP or whatever you use.
Photopea.
I'm assuming
currently.
you're a photo.
I was.
Yeah.
I had my last job. I got it for free, but they finally canceled my email after like 6 months. So now I don't have it.
Gotcha.
But that's okay. I'll get it back at some point. Sure.
I'm an affinity in GIMP. There's a new product. Actually, I'd be curious your opinion of it at some point.
I haven't tried it. I'll have to.
There is a project which is called PhotoGIMP.
Okay.
And it is a fork of GIMP that adds it's a fork of IMP that makes it look like Photoshop.
Okay. So the same, just UI,
It's still
layout,
GIMP.
everything.
It's under the hood. It's still GIMP, but it's attempting to look like Photoshop because a lot of people say that the main reason that they wouldn't use it is because Yeah, you probably want what a color. Yeah. Hue saturation, and then change the saturation to 0, and then the lightness to like 100 to make it completely white.
Okay,
The
yeah, that's
saturation
fair.
to 0. Saturation, make that negative 100. Yeah.
Yeah,
Then it's
yeah.
gray, and
Okay.
that makes it completely white.
Okay. So I can just save it as same. And it'll just automatically replace it, right?
Yeah, it should replace it. Yeah.
Did I not save that right? It is not replacing it. Where did it go?
Have you clicked back into Unity? It may
Yeah.
not have. Oh, okay.
Oh, it's trying to save it. Why is it saving to my downloads? Replace.
Because it's just a Chrome app. It doesn't actually have
Yeah.
any way to know where to put it.
Okay, so if I just put it back.
If it's named the same thing, you should just be able to, to just drag and drop it.
Does it have to be the .png.meta?
It would just be the, it would just be the PNG, not the meta. The meta file is like the Unity specific file.
Why isn't it?
It's all of Unity's import settings and stuff. You probably won't be able to drag it in because Unity will be like, oh, they're named the same thing, and you can't. It doesn't have like a rename like system, so you have to do it in Explorer.
I mean, it is. I have it right here. Right? Am I?
Yeah, in the assets. Yep.
But it's not changing.
Yeah, brushes. 0 brushes. Yep. That thumbnail is not going to update right away.
Okay.
The little thing in the bottom
there
right
it
corner.
goes. Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's. Right, it just takes a
Now it's
while.
empty.
So then.
So now you can control the blue color. Because when you just make it white, it's just white.
That lamp.